says 12 healthy volunteers with the APOAIV1 gene and 12 healthy volunteers who instead have the APOAIV2 gene. So you have gene 1 and gene 2. Each consumed a standard diet supplemented daily by a high cholesterol food. A high level of cholesterol in the blood is associated with an increased risk of heart disease. After 3 weeks, the blood cholesterol levels of the subjects in the second group were unchanged, where the blood cholesterol levels of those with the gene number 1 rose 20%. Okay, so here we're saying we have 12 people with gene 1, we had 12 people with gene 2, and they each consumed a high cholesterol food diet. And we know that if you have a high level of cholesterol in the blood, you're at an increased risk of heart disease. And then after the 3 weeks, the people with gene 1, their blood cholesterol levels rose 20%, while the other ones remained unchanged. So already I'm thinking, okay, so the ones that had gene 1, if they rose 20% of their blood cholesterol levels, what else do we know about this 20%? What else probably happened to them? What does it tell us is that if you have a high level of cholesterol, what does that do?
Increase of heart disease, risk of heart disease.
I would assume they have an increased risk of heart disease. I don't know if that has anything to do with the answers, but already I'm kind of thinking like, oh, well, if their blood cholesterol levels went up, then their risk for heart disease probably went up too. All right, so A says approximately half the population carries a gene that lowers cholesterol levels. Do we anywhere mention about a gene that lowers cholesterol levels?
No.
Nope, so it's not A. B says more than 50% of those at risk of heart disease may be able to reduce their risk by adopting a low cholesterol diet.
We don't mention that.
Most of the risk may be able to reduce their by adopting a low. But we know what happens if you have a high cholesterol in food.
Yeah, I don't think we talk about it all about like if you have a low cholesterol diet.
Right.
I mean, like, I get what this is asking us is to say, like, if you, because it's saying that, oh, you had a high and you rose 20%. So maybe you had a low, it would go down. But I don't think that, but it's most strongly supported. So let's leave B open for a second, but I don't love it.
Yes.
C says the bodies of those who have the gene 2 gene excrete cholesterol when blood cholesterol reaches a certain level.
No.
Yeah, no. D, the presence of the gene 1 seems to indicate that a person has a lower risk of heart disease. Nope. Nope, we don't know. We don't know that they have a lower risk. I think all I knew was kind of like, oh, if you had actually, this is gene 1 here and it rose 20% anyways.
Right.
And then E says the presence of gene 2 may inhibit the elevation of blood cholesterol.
Possibly.
Yeah, because what does inhibit mean? Prevent, yeah. So what this is saying is the presence of gene 2 may prohibit the elevation of blood cholesterol. So when it says this, it said that the blood cholesterol levels in the second group, which the second group is gene 2, were unchanged. So if they were eating the same high cholesterol food and gene 1 went up 20% and gene 2 didn't change, I think that the presence, and I love how it keeps it mild where it says may inhibit. It doesn't guarantee it. It just says, hey, this is suggested. So that's why E is going to be our answer.